Warning. This program contains coarse humor and a sense of language that some people might not share. Viewer discretion is advised.
I put on my shirt and quickly ran back into the forest. I hate that scene. That is oof. I wonder what's got into him. I went for lunch with mixed feelings, with a sense of accomplishment and with the realization of time wasted. The canteen was crowded. I couldn't stay unnoticed. Olga Dmitrievna called me. Samuel, come with us. The camp leader, Slavia, and Electronic were sitting at a 4-seat table. I nodded and went to get my food. This time I had to spend several minutes in queue. Today's menu didn't really differ from the other day's menus. The dishes looked the same, at least. When I sat at the tables, I wished a bon appetit with everyone. Olga Dmitrievna said, "So, what are you thinking?" "About what?" "We searched for Shirk all round. It's noon and he's nowhere to be found." I took note of the rhyme, but didn't want to point it out. "We looked all over the camp." "I went around the neighboring forest." Olga Dmitrievna looked at me, and I helped too. "We must call the police." "Maybe we should wait until the evening?" I asked lazily. "Maybe he went home." "That can't be. Shirk leaves thousands of miles away." "By train?" "The nearest station," she paused, "is Farah." Now it was getting interesting. Every time the conversation reached a point concerning ways I could leave Savionok, all the camp inhabitants started changing the subject. "How far is far?" "Really far." The camp leader looked at me, indicating her expression that asking more questions was not advised. "So, should we go deeper into the forest? Maybe he got lost." "Shirk always takes a compass," chimed in Electronic. I wonder what else could be found in his magic vest, assuming he has one. If I were to get lost in the forest, a compass would be of no real use. "Police. We should call the police in the evening." "Not right now, at least." "Okay, so you'll do it later." They were all silent. "We should be able to find him before evening. We still have time." "If he actually got lost, we have no time to lose." "We cannot be sure." "Then where is he?" "Where?" There was some truth to the camp leader's words. Hiding the whole day just like that is suspicious. Why would he do that? Shirk seemed to be quite the serious pioneer. Uliana would have been better fit for this behavior. So there is no real reason to believe he was gone. All that could be done has already been done, so we'll just have to wait for it. Slavian Electronic and Olga Dmitrievna looked at me sorrowfully, but didn't say a word. I finished my lunch, took the tray, and left the canteen. It's still the first half of the day. What now? The camp was drifting off for an afternoon nap. Only Genda stared at me through his glasses. Of course, he was staring somewhere else, but I had a feeling that he was constantly watching me. I bet he knows where Shirk is hiding. He just can't say anything. The disappearance of the Cybernetics Club's leader made me think. Maybe it's got something to do with my case. "Oh, pioneer." The nurse stood in front of me. I looked at her curiously. "Go and take my place at the infirmary. I have an urgent call. Somebody is injured." "Me?" "Yes, you. Take the keys." The nurse threw the keys at me and ran away. Why me? Isn't there anyone else in this camp? What exactly should I be doing? What if something happens? Oh, what do I do now? I missed my chance to refuse. I stood in front of the door uncertainly. On the one hand, there is nothing to worry about. I'll spend half an hour or so here and she'll just be back. But what if someone actually comes for help? With a broken leg or a head injury? I began to worry too much. I hope there are no injuries more serious than bruises and scratches in this camp. But at the same time, I could not shake the idea that in a serious situation I would be absolutely useless. I don't even know how to perform CPR. A magazine on the nurse's table caught my attention. A good way to relax, I guess. It's called Soviet Fashion. The publication date or month were absent. However, this was not a surprise. There were much stranger things happening here. I didn't know much about Soviet magazines. Maybe they actually didn't have publication dates on them. Models dressed in old-fashioned clothes stared at me from glossy pages. Nowadays, nobody would wear such clothes. I smirked. I wonder if Slavia, for example, considered this fashionable. I can only imagine what would happen if she appeared in my time wearing something like this. Imagine we were walking hand in hand. I'm wearing my coat with the hood and she's dressed in a lavish dress covered in lace and things. Seems like I'm already imagining Slavia in my world. With me. And not only Slavia. This dress better suited Ulyana, whose cute sarafan... What? Would only look good on Alyssa. This skirt and cardigan would look nice on Lena. If only they could be real. No, I saw them, heard them, could even touch them, but still they are here, and I simply don't belong to this place. It's alien to me. I'm just waiting for a chance to get out of here. Waiting because nothing is up to me anymore. I sighed and put my head on the table and fell asleep. I was awoken by the noise of the door opening. Lena stood at the door.
The nurse isn't here. Oh, I'll come back later.
I'm substituting for her. Since I'm responsible for pioneers' lives, I should do it with full responsibility. Although in fact I was just afraid of something bad happening because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give Lena the most professional smile so I could not confuse her.
Nothing special. Just a little headache.
Let's do this. Some painkillers, maybe. Of course, I wasn't aware where to find the required medicine, so it took me a while to find them. Finally, I handed a metamizole tablet to Lena.
Thanks.
She smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch with reality staring at her.
What?
Lena turned around, awkward in an instant. Listen, I've been wondering, do you like this? I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed the magazine from the table and showed her a picture of a skirt and cardigan, which would really suit Lena in my opinion. Maybe I went completely nuts thinking about all the girls being in the world. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just waiting for the nurse to come back. Lena looked at the picture.
Yeah, I guess.
Is stuff like this in fashion?
I guess.
She got confused and instantly started blushing.
Why do you ask?
Really, why? Oh. I think you'd look good in it.
Oh, thank you.
It's alright, I'm just being completely honest. We were quiet for some time. How's your headache?
Much better, thank you.
She smiled.
I'll be off.
Good luck. Lena went out and I continued to look through the magazine.